David de Guzman inside the NBC4i Digital Center for a Digital Sports Roundtable. It has been a tough few days for the Columbus community following the tragic death of Johnny and Matthew Gaudreau. The outpouring of support has just been frankly quite overwhelming that we've seen over the past few days since his untimely death. To help me out with talking about what's been happening, but more importantly, what's to come, I bring in fellow sports reporter Whitney Harding. Before we get to what's coming up, just describe what it's been like for the last few days here in Columbus.
I mean, yeah, it's been overwhelming. This is not the first time that we've dealt with a player death on this team. It's not even the first time this year we've dealt with, or the team, I should more so say, has dealt with a tragedy within their locker room. So what I think has been the most telling was one of our reporters was outside of Nationwide Arena before the memorial was even there. And the way that that started was somebody came up and just dropped off a single rose. So seeing it start there and now where it's at, just it is spilling like out into the entryway of all the bricks and everything outside that front street entryway. I think that it's such a tragedy, and it's been beautiful to see it grow like that. To me, that's just kind of been the visual of what is going on here. I
think if there's been any silver lining at all, it's how much the community has come together in the wake of this tragedy.
And it's not just here. Calgary has a memorial for him. There's a large one for both of them where the accident happened at the hockey rink where they grew up in New Jersey. I mean, it's not just here. And I think that says so much about the hockey community, but more so who Johnny and Matthew Gaudreau were.
Yeah, it definitely illustrates the type of impact that both him and his brother have made. Big day coming up on Wednesday in terms of getting some clarity and seeing how the organization, the Blue Jackets organization, will move forward. There will be a vigil taking place for both Johnny and Matthew on Wednesday at the Front Street Plaza by Nationwide Arena. Before that, there will be a press conference at 1 o'clock in the afternoon with CBJ, and we're going to get some clarity as to how this organization will have to move forward without one of its biggest stars. And there's a lot of questions that are going to be asked.
There are, because it's twofold, right? It's the first thing that you think about is mentally, how are these players, how is this organization going to enter into a season that's almost here? I mean, my goodness, training camp is maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks away. So there is that element of mentally, how do you do that? Brand new coach, brand new GM. And besides the talent that Johnny Gaudreau brought to this team, he was a leader. He was a veteran. With this young team, there were guys who Johnny wasn't young, but these were kids like in high school, like admiring him. I mean, that is one side of it. Then there is the other side of it, and it sounds cold, but it's a roster spot that you have to figure out how to fill. I'll tell you right now, you can't.
Right.
You can't. You can't replace that kind of a person or that kind of a player. But those are the kinds of things that I know that GM Don Waddell is probably going to have to talk about, because I just said it, training camp's a couple weeks away.
Yeah. And I don't know if that's something that they're going to touch upon too much, because it's so fresh.
It's fresh.
I think that is a question that is valid, and I think that's going to come up soon. But I think tomorrow's going to be a lot about who Johnny was as a player, as a person, and how this organization plans to remember him. And if there's anything I know about CBJ, they do
this right.
They do those are the words I'm looking for.
Yeah.
They do this kind of stuff right. In the darkest of moments and in the greatest of days. They do it all right. They do it with such professionalism, and they do it the right way with the right tone. So
that's what you would expect it's going to happen. Like you mentioned, like maybe we're going to find out about jersey
Right.
jersey retirement lofting. Maybe we find out some other ceremonial aspects that are going to be happening. We're definitely going to hear from players, and that is something we talked to some former CBJ players last week who didn't play with Johnny but knew him because it's a tight community. But I'm expecting we're going to hear from some of the main guys on this team, and guys who did play a lot with him in the last couple of years. And I think that that's going to be, in many ways, hard to hear.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the moment of silences from the crew for the the Buckeyes, even from the Clippers the other day. So
I think the Yankees did one too.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
even
incredible.
at a hockey game, an Olympic qualifier over in Europe, Slovakia and Hungary.
Yeah.
So I mean, the impact that he's made and the impact this tragedy has had across the world has been really just remarkable to see. Press conferences at 1 o'clock. We will carry that here on NBC4i.com. Also, more details about the vigil. There will be remarks from the Blue Jackets organization, as well as 13 minutes and 21 seconds of silent remembrance. That's for the number 13 jersey that Johnny wore with the Blue Jackets, and of course the Calgary Flames. He was also number 21 at Boston College. So a lot that's going to be happening tomorrow. Winnie Harding, as always, it's been a pleasure to talk about this with you. So, are you going to be there?
Yes, we will. We'll be there. We'll be covering it. I know many of us will be there. It won't just be me. I'll be there, but there will be multiple people from NBC4, so we can make sure that we get all angles, but also answer all questions that you guys might have.
So we'll have that coverage for you on NBC4i and NBC4i.com. Until then, this has been another edition of the NBC4 Sports Digital Roundtable.